Hello, this is Mr. Muller for lesson 9-5, solving quadratic equations by graphing. Okay, so 9-5, 9-6, very similar. 9-5 you're going to learn to solve by graphing. 9-6 you're going to learn to solve by FOILing. Either way is fine, so when we do the test, whichever one you prefer is which one you should use. 9-5 is a little more accurate and harder to make a mistake on. 9-6 is a lot faster, so we'll see what you like after the 2 lessons. Okay, so we're going to be solving quadratics by graphing. Remember, so our quadratics, we should always have something that looks like this with the ax squared plus bx plus c, and really they all equal 0. And that's really what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out where the zeros are of this function. So what number, if you put in for x, is going to make that true or going to make it 0. So like for something like this, some of you can probably already see, well, the answers are going to be 2 and -2. So when you put in 2 here, 2 times 2 is 4, or -2, so -2 times -2 is 4. So this is where it would cross kind of at that 0. I'm just going to do one problem here because they do take a while. You do only have 12 graphing problems for homework over the next 2 days. Because I knew that these ones would take a while. So if I found a problem like this, so x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Let's try to draw a straighter line there. I'm trying to figure out where my zeros are going to be in this graph. So first I need to find my axis of symmetry. So remember, I'm going to be doing -2 or -b over 2a. So if I type that into my, or if I figure that out, I have -b, so it's going to be a -2 all over 2 times 1. So I'm going to have -2 over +2, which is going to give me a -1 for my axis of symmetry. And then I can find my vertex. So again, plugging in -1 here, so -1 squared is +1. +1 plus 2 times -1, which is going to be -2. So +1 plus -2 is -1. Minus 8 is going to give me a -9. So I have a 1, -9 as my vertex. So there's my -1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have a dot right there. And when it says solve, I'm trying to find my zeros. So I know this is my bottom point, but at what point is it going to cross that x-axis? Where are my zeros going to be? So I'm trying to figure out numbers that are going to make this problem true, that is going to make that equal 0. And again, you know it's going to be one number bigger than -1 and one number smaller than -1. And since I've already done this, I know the answers. So let's go with 2. Okay, so I have 2 squared, which is 4, plus 2 times 2, which is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. So I know I can put a dot at 2, 0. Okay, so one of my answers is going to be +2. The good thing about this is once you figure out one answer, you pretty much can figure out the next answer, because the one answer that you found is always going to be equidistant away from the other answer. So I know that -1 to 2 is going to be 3 spaces away. So 1, 2, 3 spaces away. So that means the other answer, the other time it's going to cross the x-axis, is also going to be 3 spaces away, except it's going to be 3 spaces in the other direction. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 spaces that way from -1. So still important we find that vertex. So I know the other answer is going to be -4. I'm going to double check it just in case. So I have -4 squared, which is 16, plus 2 times -4, which is going to be a -8. And then I have another -8. So 16 minus 8 minus 8 is going to give me 0. And this will give me that U shape that I was looking for, and I found where it's going to cross my x-axis. So again, really we're just finding where the zeros are. You can double check it with a calculator or use a calculator, especially one of those graphing calculators. I would literally just go to Google, type in online graphing calculator. If you type this in, you can pretty much see right away where your zeros are going to be. So picking up from what I just said, I literally went to Google, typed in online graphing calculator. Does most graphing calculator, seems to work just fine. It'll load, it'll ask you what you're going to type in. So you're going to do that x squared plus 2x, and then it was minus 8. And it's graphing it for you as we speak. And there we go. There's my answers. I'm trying to find the zeros for this problem, and it's at 2, -4.